Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I was given a little bit of a challenge from one of my lovely ladies, Emma, on the Facebook group. She did this beautiful set that was Tatty Teddy inspired. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna take that idea, but I'm gonna twist it. And what I'm going to do is I am going to do a corpse bride inspired design. So, you know, it's a similar principle of having like the patchwork, but instead of it being a patchwork quilt, it's patchwork as though like Frankenstein. And that kind of twist. Yeah, you know, I like to go off on a little tangent sometimes. I also wanted to test out my, what are they called? Gel paints that I got from AliExpress. Yes, I've been using them a lot because I wanted to test them out. So to repeat myself, so I apologise if you've seen me say this before. Oh, hang on a minute. I am going to ombre these colours. Now, I saw this from Dorota Paleka, that she used a sponge to help with ombreing gels. And I thought, oh, that's quite an interesting one. I want to give that a go. So we're going to give that a go. But yeah, so the gel paints that I'm going to use, they were £12 from AliExpress, and I got 32 of them, I think it was, in the pack. Put that into perspective, if I was to buy 12 gel paints from, say, Nailchemy, they are £75 plus VAT. Okay, so you have to be a little bit more realistic in what you're getting for £12. But I have to say, I am very impressed. Very impressed indeed. I've been using them a little bit at the moment. And yeah, so far I'm very chuffed. So if you are looking at going into doing some more freehand art, you don't want to incur the cost of a lot of gel paints, which you may not actually like doing freehand, then it is definitely worth getting them from AliExpress. I will put the link in the box as I usually do. So I got these water decals from eBay. They're not the usual ones that I get. They did them in this really huge size, which I thought was great. And I used some before on the Grinch nails that I did at Christmas. And they didn't quite work the same way as other ones do, and it's exactly the same for these ones as well. That I don't know quite how to describe it. They're a little bit more plasticky, if that makes sense. So normally when you have your water decals, they're really floppy and you know, very, very fragile, whereas these, they're a little bit stiff or stiffer. That, yeah, they work fine, but they're a little bit more of a ball ache, and they gave me a little bit of hassle. As you see, I'm just putting gel polish on these nails. So here we go. I'm using my clear jelly stamper, as I always do, for my water decals. I'm just going to squish that onto there. And then we're just going to move that around. So the great thing is they're sturdy enough that they're, you know, look at that. I'm just pushing it where I want it. It doesn't split. Not a problem. In fairness, I should have cut that one down a little bit more before I put it on there. But I'll just come along with a file, not a really sharp file, just, you know, a used file, worn one, and just go around the edges just to get those bits off. What I find with them is they go quite wrinkly. It's like a prune when the water dries. So I think with those, the minute you put them on, you go straight ahead, get the edges sorted and cap it before it kind of really dries out, if that makes sense. Because as you can see, I've just left it there and I'm just, you know, carrying on as I normally would. But yeah, I think they just need a little bit of moisture back in them, a little bit of quickness. But yeah, you know, they work perfectly fine, but you do need to be careful of the background you put with them, because as you can see, they are pretty see-through, which I also hadn't considered when I was doing this. Yeah, because obviously they were all on a white background and me just assuming, yeah. So I should have really done them on a white background, but I didn't. So there you go. You can see what I mean, that one, the one I've just done, it's wrinkling already. Let's see, I can't even get, there we go. La 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 la. So now I'm going to top coat over those. I've filed around the edges of them. We'll give them two, you know, if it was on a person, I'd give them 2 coats of top coat. But yeah, you can see the fact it's gone a bit wrinkly, and yeah. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the gel paints. So there is no brand to these gel paints at all. I've come along and swatched the lids just so I can see easily what colour we've got. And then I'm going to come in with my... Oh, I'm going to sneeze, hang on. Oh, that's better. Sorry about that. I don't think anybody would have appreciated if I hadn't pressed the stop button of that one, you know. Although it would have woken you all up if I've bored you to death already. So this part, yeah, so I'm just going to come in now, and I hadn't really made up a plan of what I was doing. I kind of knew what I wanted to do for the middle nail, and I wanted the glitter behind it because it's funky. They're fairy glow polishes that you can pick up from eBay. They're a couple of £1 each. And I'm now thinking, what on earth was the colours that I used? I recorded this quite some time ago, and I haven't got round to doing the voiceover till now, and I cannot remember what I used. I do know that the nude colour comes as part of the nude collection set, which contains about, I think it's 24 polishes in that set. And then the glitter is one of their GC glitters. I think it's... Is it GC 45? I'm not entirely sure. I'm sorry. I fail. I know. But I really can't remember which ones it was. So what I'm going to do is on the thumb and the pinky, I'm just going to come in and put just a couple of lines. I'm going to use all 3 colours. And then, so as soon as I've done a line, I am just going to cure that in the lamp. Definitely technique-wise, I did a lot better. So if you would have seen the pink and blue set that I did, where I was doing a lot of freehand, and as I said in there, a lot of that was probably my technique rather than the product, and that was the case. It definitely worked fine for me for this. And what I did, I just decanted a little bit out of the pot onto a palette and did it that way rather than putting my brush in the palette, into the pot. So basically I was putting too much on my brush when I was doing the other set, so I've just, yeah, gone back to doing it slightly differently, and that worked a lot better. Okay, so I'm just kind of gonna let you watch this part because this is just me having a little doodle basically. Okay, so that's all 3 of the base colours all done, and we've edged all around them. So now we are going to come in and we are going to do the stitches on all of those. So I am obviously cleaning my brush. I've moved down now to the Tiny Touches brush. So all the brushes I'm using are from the CJP Rose Gold collection. Really nice brushes. I like them a lot. And then, yeah, so that's exactly what we're going to do on this one. All the way along. The pinky, I've done the stitches obviously going across the top because we've only done the design across the top part. And then once we're happy with it all, we're going to come along and top coat. So here we go. This is what we've got. Emma, I really hope you enjoyed this design. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much for the challenge. I look forward to some more, and I may even do some more challenges back at you too. Everybody, I really hope you've enjoyed watching. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.